$500,000 on? Where'd the money go? You know,
this guy's
Phil,
coming off a little sus right now.
Phil,
that's at least level 2
curveballs
thinking
today, which I did not see coming.
That's at least level 2.
I did not see them coming at all. But
Story of my life, Craig. Story of my life.
Hey, yeah. I appreciate
for
you
still being here.
Do you want to keep going?
Honestly.
I've got till around 4 p.m. We could keep going. If you have more questions, I'm down for it.
So,
well,
hold on. Let me say this.
It's
reached
almost
out.
10 p.m. for me, and I haven't had dinner, and so I can't go much longer.
Give us 15 minutes. Let's go 15 more minutes.
This dude's like in UK.
And if you guys are new, make sure you
shit?
guys hit the subscribe button. Once again,
Where's he at?
We stream Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. We have some great interviews coming up. Once again, Mark the Cyborg, James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd, coming up. So make sure you guys are here for those. We'd really appreciate it. Once again, you can follow us over on Twitter at SidescrollerPod.
I'm just saying,
you can see down there, and Adam as well.
That should be obviously that should be a stream. Shit.
Okay, so Phil, I reached out. We only have like 15 more minutes. And once again, I appreciate everybody hopping in, being a part of the day, being a part of the stream, and all your super chats have been amazing. I want to let you know that we will definitely take a look at them. I don't think we're going to read them on stream, but during our post show over at patreon.com/sidescrollers, we'll bring Blabs and Travis in, and we'll continue on while so Adam can go get some food. But I wanted to play some audio. This is actually, I reached out to several of your detractors, Phil, and I thought it would be fair to allow them to ask questions. So I wanted to play this for you, and we'll just kind of go from there. Okay?
Thank you, baby.
Does that sound good?
Oh, don't let Rocco see this.
Fire away.
Are you okay with that?
Great.
I don't know who they are. I don't know what they're saying, obviously. So.
Well, this is from It'sAGundam.
You decided to leave.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that name?
I'm familiar with the name, and I'm definitely familiar with the voice.
Okay, well, you're gonna know the voice. So here you go. This is a question from him.
Hey there, Philly cheesesteak. Guess who it is? Your favorite YouTuber. We're best friends. Remember that time you thought it'd be funny to put a restraining order on me, Filbert? Well, Philly, my question is, what the hell did you spend $500,000 on? You didn't pay off your house. You didn't pay off the condo. You didn't pay off any car you own. You're in debt. Where did the money go? Why did you take business loans? What did you use the business loan money for? You never improved your content. You've been using the same camera for nigh on 5,000 years. If it wasn't for, like, the Dutch brothers sending you a new web camera or, like, LEDs in the background, you'd have no ideas. Where'd the money go? You're like a politician in San Francisco. If I went to the mayor and I said, Mayor of San Francisco, where did all that money go, that $120 million you defunded the police with and put into black communities? Where did it go? You know,
this guy's coming off a little sus right now.
You never should have been a YouTuber. You should have been a politician in San Francisco. You would have gotten away with it, baby. If it wasn't for those meddling detractors.
This guy sounds like a side character on like a fucking
over now.
It's actually not too late.
Howard Stern show.
Politicians tend to be older.
Mm-hmm. Look, that was a long question. I think my first question after that is,
I think we handled that though already. We talked about that shit.
Well, but the 500,000. That's the first I've heard of that figure. Where is that?
No,
coming from,
I mentioned it earlier. We talked about it. And
could be the bankruptcy. I'm not sure.
And I asked him, and if it was the bankruptcy, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you taken out any business loans? And if so, what were they used for?
Business loans? No. Everything all that debt that got written off was credit cards and stuff. Now I'm trying to think. Oh, I had personal loans, not business loans. I've never taken out any kind of loan officially in the name of the business or anything like that.
Dog. Why did this man do credit cards? Like, honestly, and he was charging so much on his credit cards. He couldn't even fucking what are they called? Juggle them? Is that what it is? It's like, because you can get if you got good credit, you can get a 15 interest, put the money on there and pay the money. And then when it gets to month 14, you get another credit card at 0 interest and you pay the 2 or 3% transfer balance. And you pay on it some more until you pay it off. And you can kind of bullshit your way through a couple year loan with no interest. But he fast tracked $10,000-$20,000 with 28% interest.
Oh, honey.
Okay. Is there anything else like? I don't know. It's very rarely.
Well,
do
you have an LLC,
to
like
interact.
like
with,
you could get an LLC on a business loan, and then when you file bankruptcy, you could just bankrupt the LLC just like you did your personal life.
Seriously, he sounds just like him. He sounds just like him. Now, I don't know. He's one of the many detractors who make videos about me. I've literally never watched a video of his, so I really don't have anything to say.
Do you think that by not watching his videos?
Oh, it's all gambling, man.
Do you think that if you were to
I
spend
think
time
like
watching their videos,
it's either
you'd be able
WWE
to,
Champions, it's gotcha
react
games,
and,
or it might even be
you
like
have a
fucking like
reaction
online
channel. Don't you think
poker.
there's
But
an
he's a
entire
gambling
niche
addict.
market of you reacting to negative content about yourself?
Perhaps in the future, yes. Now that I'm doing that, it's only been in operation for a month. It's something that I would consider dabbling in the future. The thing is, there is something with these detractors. The more attention you give them, just the worse it gets. It eggs them on to.
That
do
is
more.
100% true,
So my
though.
opinion is people are not
new-
coming to my channel to see this. They don't care about that. They want to see gameplay. They want to see whatever. I don't want to inundate them with that stuff, so I don't address it.
Okay.
But maybe,
I was
maybe
going to
it
say
would
a
be
new
for the
show
next-
idea, the Detractor Reactor.
Yeah, maybe that should be something we do. A whole
Pretty good.
show where I react to detractor stuff.
I've given you 2 good show names so far.
I did
This is-
react to the original This Is How You Don't Play last year. So just we want to talking 2 sides of the fence of how it's completely unfair how I'm treated. The guy tried to take it off the internet, so I couldn't react to it. Everyone else had done it, but when I went to do it myself,
Well, you're
no,
right.
you can't do
Like
that.
he
What are you
could
talking
buy
about? Fair
WWE
use.
Hogan pools
You
for
gotta
the business
download
loan.
it. Got to download it next time.
That would be business fraud.
give it to me.
You actually have
talked
to have
about that, though,
receipts
real
that
quick?
you put
Have
it
you
towards your
ever-
business.
Have you ever tried
when you
to remove
get audited, because when you do
reactive
business loan shit, like there's more
content
chance to get audited.
for your business that people have reacted from
reactive
DSP
content. So you're saying someone actually watching my content and reacting to it.
or just posted clips of it?
The only time that I have tried to ever take anyone down was straight up ripping the raw content and illegally reposting it with absolutely no transformative work whatsoever.
What is it? What is a
The
Darius?
moment that
Like I don't
someone's
know
there
this
talking
Darius
about it,
thing.
That's transformative. I know because everyone does it. There's a judge that made a ruling on that. The only way that really legally you should be able to take anything down is if they just right now if they rip this raw podcast from side scrollers and put it on their channel, no context, no commentary, that's illegal. Everything else is fine. So no, I've never tried to do that at all. To
Darius
anything
Rucker?
that's reactive content or reacting content like that. No.
So I understand that, right? And technically, legally, you are correct, right? But this goes back to like this is the internet, and the internet. I know that people are going to take this episode and like if I'm sure Gundam and Keem and all sorts of people are going to go and they're going to make content based off of this content. But ultimately, and we could get upset about that because legally, bleh, right? But ultimately, that's going to help the show. That will benefit side scrollers because more people know about side scrollers, right? So, I just feel like I feel like I've kind of zeroed in on what's happening. Like, Phil, the internet has changed, and you haven't necessarily changed with the internet. Over, whether it's the things that we've talked about today, and so there's big opportunity for you to adapt and change with the internet. You've changed some formats, you've changed some, changed your content and such, but the internet still is adapting, and it's adapting literally exponentially fast. And it's something that, needs to be done if you're going to be, a relevant content producer online. And I don't know. I would just love to hear your thoughts on that. That's just a reoccurring theme that I've heard today.
Well, of course, what I'm going to say is, today I've changed and I'm much different. He said that a million times already on the show, right? I mean, I really am trying to be different and more receptive to criticism and being open. Like the React stuff I'm doing right now that I just started doing last month, that's something I was so against for so many years. And that's a running pattern with me. I'm stupid. I'm ignorant.
I'm reacting to it.
And someone finally says, "Hey, Phil, wake up, stupid head. Check this out." And actually, there is some meaning to doing that. You can add context. You can add your own perspective. You can make a react that's not just being dumb stuff, but instead.
I don't want to be the guy, Mr. Views.
Now, I know that. I need to keep doing
Views.
that. I feel like I'm getting better at it. It's a work in progress, just like everything in life. And with it.
Here's one thing. I'm an avid watcher of like Let's Plays, right? And this is towards Phil right here by himself, but like, if I go, "Hey, Michael, did you remember when DSP got lost in the Spencer Mansion on his Resident Evil remake playthrough? What part was that?" Phil, when he makes videos, like his Let's Play videos, he just dumps raw footage of his stream out in like, chronological order. He would be so much more successful if he would just edit them. And I'm not even talking about like high level editing. I'm not talking about like inserting clips or like making sound clips or any of that nature. Just trim them up, create a narrative, and then title them correctly, right? Be like, still lost in the mansion. And so like instead of like 4 videos of him being lost in the Spencer mansion because he can't find a plaque, edit it to one 15-minute video. And then you don't even have to commentate on it anymore. You could literally like, huh? And then like play the Benny Hill music backwards and like speed it up so it don't get hit by copyright things where it's like, and like you speed the gameplay up where it's like he's constantly going in and out the fucking rooms and shit. Like, and people would watch that way more than like the fucking 65 video he put out or whatever it was of Resident Evil 1 that got like 800 views a piece.
Any person who's trying to grow or evolve, it's a work in progress for me to become more open-minded. I feel I'm a lot better at walking in other people's shoes now. I'm a lot better at listening to other perspectives and suggestions for improvement. You're right. I need to adapt and be open-minded to change in the future. Correct.
Phil, I gotta say, it took a lot of balls.
What's my theme song going to be going? It's going to be Why Can't We Be Friends?
If anything, that's the one actual positive thing I hear is that Phil never gives up. Phil is the unbreakable rock that the waves crash against, and he's still gonna be here at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put up with all of it, and I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm gonna keep making content.
The reason that Phil is unbreakable is because Phil has got his back to the wall, right? What is Phil going to do other than stream? Like sometimes like being strong in the storm is because you have no other choice but to be strong.
I'm not going to give up on it. I love it. It's my passion. It really is my passion. Best job I've ever had. And I'm happy to be here with you guys and be honest with you as much as I could. Thank you. You guys were great hosts. I know it sounds like we're ending now. It was a great opportunity at least to get my perspective out there. Thank you.
Well, and we appreciate you coming on. We still got a few more minutes because I want Adam to be able to get food. But is there anything that you feel that you need to touch on before we leave, before we part today? Is there
There's so much. I mean, we could go on for hours and hours. The things people have said about me grooming my ex-girlfriend. Is that
ridiculous. What you want to focus on, though? He asked you specifically, is there anything that you want to bring up?
Okay, well, let's do this.
People think
Phil, would you be open to coming
Panda
back on
Lee?
again?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, cool. We could do like a part 2, and just kind of.
You can ask him about the time that Phil like
conscious of everybody's time. All right, well, let's do this. Let's
like put out like a
fucking
sex trafficking ring. That's a real thing.
Get you on for a part 2. But in the meantime, what is the one thing that you wish you could address right now that we haven't addressed today?
Oh my gosh.
Well, the first thing you just said was that groom and shit. Like, what's up with that? Because I don't like it.
It's blatantly false. It's my ex I met. She contacted me. I never contacted her. She contacted me via YouTube DMs when they were a thing. That's how long ago this was, over a decade ago. She was an adult, a legal adult. We spoke for months before we ever started dating. People say I met her when she was like 16 and I groomed her for years. I never even spoke to her until after she was 18. It's a complete and bold-faced lie, okay? Another thing. I'm sorry that I have to bring this up, but I talked with my wife about it. I want to get this out in the open. People say that I'm some kind of a horrible woman abuser, and basically I groom these women and I bring them into to my personal life. My wife and I met online, casually talking for a few months before we ever started dating or anything like that. Okay, basically she was in a really bad place in her life.
I was trying to put that together. Like he was 30, she was 18.
Then we started talking.
Like, what do you have in common with an 18-year-old? Like, to be take the whole grooming shit out of it. Like, what did Phil have in common with an 18-year-old?
It's funny because when you look on the internet, they will find all this public information about me and my personal life. They'll find my bankruptcy. They'll find all these statements. Did you ever find the restraining order that she had against her ex because he was hitting her? Right? But, make him look like a good guy on the internet, right? Which is what they've done. My detractors have actually done this. They've gone into her personal
Let's not forget, but every girlfriend I've ever has been older than me.
Nothing to do with me or my content. Stop. If you're going to mess with me, that's one thing. Leave my family, leave my everyone out of it. Make fun of me. Put the brunt on me. It's one of my biggest regrets as a content creator. I never meant for anyone to get hurt doing this. Never.
No, there isn't. You have video evidence of me,
awful about things
fucking around while
she has nothing to do with any of this.
in a rainbow match while two girls were flirting with each other.
A million other things. There'll be a part.
It's just fucking be fun, dude.
But those are two things that have always been horrible to women. If anything, you will never ever, 1,000,000%, you will never find someone on the internet saying that Phil was in a sex scandal, Phil was abusive to women in the past. I have never done that in my life. 1,000,000%. But they want to say it, and it really irks me the wrong way. So,
shit, Phil, you should see what they say about me.
All right. Well, look, I think this is a great place to stop. Like I said, let's definitely. I'll email you. I won't DM you. I promise. I'll email you, and we'll set up a part 2. I think that there's still a lot to cover. But I know that I speak for everybody when I say we appreciate your time, we appreciate your patience, we appreciate taking the time to allow us to kind of poke and prod.
Stop that.
And I